Now, you're watching this because you want to turn your LinkedIn connections into actual booked calls. Now, if you're a coach, consultant, or agency owner and you've got a solid LinkedIn presence and maybe you've got some thousands of connections, you're posting regularly, getting some engagement, but no one's actually booking calls with you, then this video is going to solve that problem, because the issue is not necessarily that you don't have an audience. The issue is that you don't have a funnel. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how this funnel works and the psychology behind why it's so effective, and also the step-by-step process that you can use to build this for your own business. So if you're tired of having a big network that doesn't convert, then stay with me, because this will change the game for you. And it's the same approach that's taken me to over 55,000 followers with a high conversion rate on leads and book calls with over 10 million impressions last year, taking our clients' calendars to look something like this, their inboxes being full with inbound demand like this, and their Stripe dashboards for payments looking something like this. And we want to do the same for you. So let's start by diagnosing the problem. It's the fact that you've got connections and engagement and authority, but your calendar's empty. And it's what I call the LinkedIn paradox, where it looks like you're doing all of the right things on the surface, but you're fundamentally not getting the results that you want because of not having a funnel. So you're basically creating awareness, but you're not actually creating conversion. And it's like attracting attention, but not guiding people towards the next step. So this is exactly what the invisible funnel solves. Now, the invisible funnel is really a conversion system that guides people from a stranger to a connection, then to a lead, and then to a booked call, without ever feeling pushy, salesy, or really manipulative in any way. And that's why we call it the invisible, because your audience doesn't even realize they're actually in a funnel. It just feels natural, it feels helpful, and it just feels like you're providing value. But behind the scenes, every piece of content and every interaction is strategically designed to move them closer to actually booking a call with you. And this is how you turn a LinkedIn presence into a revenue generating machine. Now, it works so well because generally people just don't really like being sold to. They don't like aggressive pitches, and they hate feeling like they're being manipulated into buying something, but they love buying from experts that they actually trust. And so the invisible funnel works because basically what it does is it builds trust first. It positions you as the expert and then demonstrates your authority. And then by doing that, it educates your audience and helps them to see the problem much more clearly. So by the time you make an offer, they're actually already convinced that you're the right person to help them, and the sale will become a natural next step instead of a hard pitch. And this is really the psychology that drives high ticket conversations on LinkedIn. So if we're to now break the invisible funnel down step by step, the first step is the attraction phase. So the goal here is really simple, is to get the right people to actually notice you. And you do this through two things. One is strategic content and also an optimized profile. So your content should speak directly to your ideal client's pain points, and every post should really make them think to themselves, wow, this person really understands my problem. So when they click on your profile, it should immediately answer the question, can this person actually help me? Now, if your content and profile pass this test, then they'll connect with you, and that's when they enter the funnel. Now, once someone's engaged with your content or visited your profile, you then want to turn them into a connection. Because if you're sending the connection request, you then want to make it personalized. So try and reference something specific about them. It could be a post that they wrote, or a company they worked for, a problem that they mentioned. Now, if they're then sending you the connection request, you can then send them a welcome message that acknowledges them and offers some kind of value without pitching. The key here is to basically make them feel seen and not sold to, and that way you're building a relationship instead of focusing on closing a deal. Now, this is where a lot of people drop the ball, because they connect with someone and then there's basically nothing. They don't actually engage with them. And now really you're in what I call the nurture phase, where your goal is to build trust and demonstrate authority over time. And you really do this through two main things: consistent content and also strategic engagement. Now, your content is what keeps you top of mind. Every time they log into LinkedIn, you want people to see your name in their feed at least 3 to 5 times a week. And then that way you're also then engaging with their content, leaving thoughtful comments and asking questions. You're showing up as a helpful, knowledgeable presence. And this is how you build trust without ever actually making a pitch. Now, after you've nurtured the relationship for a few weeks, it's then time to invite them to the next step. But here's the key: you're not actually inviting them to a sales call, you're inviting them to a low friction value offer. Now, this could be a free resource, it could be a guide, a checklist, a training video, a case study, something that basically helps them to solve a specific problem and also demonstrates your expertise even further. You can do this through a post, a direct message, a comment. Basically, the key is to make it feel helpful and not salesy. And when they download that resource, they then basically can enter your email funnel as well. Now, once they've done that download and entered the email sequence, you'll find that this sequence can continue to build trust, to educate them on the problem, and also position your solution as the logical next step. Then at the end of the sequence, you direct them to your video sales letter, otherwise known as a VSL. And the VSL will explain your offer and the transformation it delivers and how it works. So it basically handles the objections, it builds urgency, and it ends with a clear call to action, which is to book a call. Now, this is where the conversion then actually happens. And because you built so much trust in the previous stages, the conversion rate becomes incredibly high. So if we're to bring all of this together, you'll be able to see the full picture. The first stage is attraction. So your content and profile get the right people to actually notice you. The second stage is connection. So this is where you turn your profile visitors into actual connections through personalized outreach. The third stage is then nurture. So you build trust over time through consistent content and strategic engagement as well. The fourth stage is then invitation. So you offer a free resource that then moves them into your email funnel. And the fifth stage is conversion. So this is where your email sequence and video sales letter guide them to actually book a call. And this is the invisible funnel. And when you do use it correctly, it basically runs on autopilot and you'll be booking calls every single week without ever feeling pushy or salesy. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, if it works so well, why is everyone not doing it? And the reason most people fail is because first they skip the nurture phase. So they connect with someone and then immediately pitch them. So they're just too impatient and then they kill the trust before it even had a chance to build. Second is that they don't have a system. So they're posting pretty randomly, engaging randomly, and they're just basically hoping something will work, but hope's not an actual strategy. And third, they don't understand that the invisible funnel requires patience. This isn't about getting a sale today. This is about building a system that consistently generates sales every single week. And when you commit to that process, you'll find that the results are inevitable. So what will happen when you actually build the invisible funnel is first you'll start booking calls weekly without cold outreach and without aggressive pitching. Second, you'll see that your close rates are going to go up. And third, you'll have a scalable system that works 24/7. So you're not trading time for leads. Your funnel's really doing the heavy lifting for you. You'll also have a predictable pipeline and predictable revenue. So you know exactly how many leads you're going to generate, how many calls you're going to book, and you know exactly how much revenue you're going to close as a result. And this is what the invisible funnel delivers. Now, I've given you a small piece of what our complete Influx autopilot system delivers. I also recorded a short free training that basically breaks down the entire system and shows you how we guarantee $50,000 in pipeline for our clients within 90 days. So if you do want to see that full framework and the full content strategy, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below where you'll be able to watch that breakdown, and I'm sure it's going to help you and add a ton of value. I do hope you found this particular video helpful as well. If you did, please do take a second to like it, comment, share, and subscribe, because I post strategies like this on a regular basis. I really appreciate you watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.